Welcome, welcome, welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dax Shepard. Hi, Miniature Mouse.
Hello, Big Mouse.
Hello, Big Mousey. Today we have a returning guest, one of our faves, Ashton Kutcher. We just adore. Of course, you know him from Punk, The 70s Show, 2.5 Men, The Ranch, No Strings Attached, and Just Married. We had a real fun talk with him, and it was much different than the first one in a very thrilling way.
I wasn't there for the first one.
You were not there, but you heard it. Well, anyways, we had a great chat, and I'm excited for everyone to listen. Just a quick reminder, there's a few tickets left for our live performance on April 4th in Los Angeles, which is part of HistoryCon, and we're going to have a very exciting guest that knows a whole bunch about history. So if you'd like to get tickets, please go to our website, www.armchairexpertpod.com, and click on the link for tickets. Please enjoy Mr. Kutcher. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Having now done a ton of work in this space of pedophiles, I mean, right now we're trying to eliminate child pornography from the internet.
Okay.
And so I've seen some shit that you can't unsee, like nasty horror. Yeah. And I've gone on FBI raids.
You have?
Yeah, and there are two distinct types of individuals that engage in this behavior. And some of them are just lost souls, right? Mm-hmm. Where they've just gone like at a very young age, they were exposed to this stuff.
Right.
And then they started to find a sexual interest in this material online, which was readily available, and become obsessed with it. And then they, do a hands-on offense because the only way you can actually get into the chat rooms with the new material is to actually present a new piece of content.
Oh, like good faith money in a con.
There's that type of person.
Yeah.
Which I actually have personal empathy for, where I go, man, you're just a person that went down the wrong track. And then you've got the other type of person who actually like has a lack of repression, and you go like, I have less compassion. But at the same time I go, shouldn't we be able to study these human brains and find a way to remedy this? And
intercept it before it goes.
there was a crazy story about this guy who was totally normal, had zero, interest in fucking children, and then one day his wife found out that he was like,
this was the Radiolab Blame episode. He had a surgery to deal with his epilepsy.
No, this is a different one.
It was a different
so
guy.
the guy then went to trial, and while on trial, for the wife turned him in. While on trial, he was claiming to have these like headaches, passed out. They went in and he had cancer that had occurred, and it was repressing his prefrontal cortex.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they had it removed, and he was fine again.
Yeah.
See, this is virtually the same story as the Blame one, because this guy had the surgery for the epilepsy, and they cut a little corridor in your brain, and the prefrontal cortex couldn't suppress the midbrain reptilian urge to, as you say, just do insane stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, those get really complicated as far as like blame.
Who's in control? Yeah.
Well, and so then you sort of go, I've found myself in a position where I actually have empathy. And the crazy thing is we have a hotline, and they click on it, and then we work with like psychologists to create very specific messaging that it urges them. It's like, you have an issue with this, and we're not judging you, but we think you should get help, and here's a hotline. Our click-through rates are better than most advertising campaigns in the world. I mean, we have 100,000 people plus have clicked through and sought help.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Wow, what an interesting approach to dealing with that. Here's where I come from it. I've never had to fight the urge to touch a child. Never. I'm not walking around battling that. And I'm aware of how grateful I am that that's not one of the things I have to battle. Well, by the way, I think we can strive for great justice in handling it all, and even being severe in that justice. But I also think you could be compassionate towards who would want to be on planet Earth with that desire.
Exactly. Well, I mean, move it over and think about like an urge for alcohol or an urge for drugs, and go, that's what I got to deal with every day.
Oh, I can't
And my
imagine.
urge is to touch small children.
Yeah.
Like the worst thing to live with ever.
Oh, I'd rather have any other thing. Literally, give it to me. Lou Gehrig's, I'll take it.
Anything.
Is that how you say it? Lou Gehrig's?
Sure, Gehrig's.
Gehrig's.
Yeah.
Baseball player.
Oh, what a
Great
terrible
baseball player.
Great, unbelievable.
There was
baseball
also
player.
Monica, what was the name of the it was a This American Life?
Oh, Tarred and Feathered.
Have you heard that episode of
No.
This American Life? You have to listen to it, because it's a young man coming to accept the fact that he has those desires, and he tells his mom. He hasn't done anything. He's like a late teen, and he's like, I am so ashamed of this, but I am attracted to young kids. And so you're like, wow, what's the path for someone who admits it, seeks help? And, again, I have compassion for a teenager that's realizing he's wired that way.
And he wants to do something about it. There's not really that much that can be done.
Yeah.
There's not like medicine for it.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about like how do we sort of get enough brains of pedophiles and enough genetic data on pedophiles that we can actually start to study that to understand it.
Yeah.
Because it seems to me that this may be one of those things that we can actually find a chemical remedy for.
Yeah.
Where you go, did you take your pedo pill today?
Yeah. Or I'll go further. We'll give you a Norplant. I'm okay with taking away someone's right to take medicine in this one area. If you've been convicted of something in the pedophilia world, you get the Norplant, like the birth control that lasts 6 months.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
like an
pop it in
IUD.
when you leave court.
Exactly.
And you got to show up when you get another one in 6 months. Now, I'll be cruel in that way. I'll make you take that medicine.
Well, I don't know if it's cruel.
Well, I think generally...
I think it's generous.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine living with that. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do wonder if it'd be like mental, like people with bipolar are often hesitant to take their medication because the swing up is very pleasurable.
The right to choose on that, I guess,
Yeah.
but not for pedophilia.
I don't
But when
think
you
so, yeah.
say we, you've said we a few times. What is we?
Thorn.org. Thorn is the nonprofit that we built to fight. We have a 7-year goal to eliminate child pornography from the internet. And we do a lot of anti-human trafficking work as well.
It's amazing.
Now, so I just learned this in, what am I listening to that was talking about this? Oh, I know. It was the Jeffrey Epstein podcast, which was really great. Anyways, any sex with an underage person is called trafficking, right? I didn't know that. I think that's a little distinction that's useful.
I think it's rape. I think,
Well, sure,
I think
sure.
I think it's like an awful nomenclature issue that we have around this, which is, if you're having sex with an underage person, that's rape.
Uh-huh.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
And I think that, we sort of call it trafficking and suddenly it's something else. And you go, wait, no. This is.
But when I heard it, I guess I thought it was just cracking down on people importing like Eastern European girls. I thought there was solely a trafficking element to it, and I didn't realize that it's
No, a lot of it, from a nomenclature perspective, has all been conflated. Some of the kickback that we've gotten with our nonprofit has been from people who are over 18 and choosing to have sex for money. And they go, wait, this is what I'm choosing to do as a job.
Sex worker.
And we've gotten kickback because a lot of the organizations in this space sort of conflate everything together. We're very clearly, we build digital tools to fight the sexual exploitation of children.
Right.
So that's our very clear delineation.
Yeah.
That is our mission and our focus. And so it gets a little funky when you sort of broadly just sort of cluster everything together.
Yeah. Why that issue? Why were you interested in tackling that? Because
I-
you spoke in front of Congress on this, right? I saw
I-
dazzling reel of you addressing her.
Thank you.
It was really impressive.
Yeah, I blew a kiss to John McCain, and I saw this Dateline special on like kids in Cambodia that were like 6, 7, 8 years old, and having grown men have sex with them,
Ay, ooh.
and it just really disturbed. Like it just seemed to me that was one of the most disturbing things on earth.
Mm-hmm.
And as I spent a year plus just investigating the space and what everyone was doing.
Yeah.
And it just seemed that there was this lack of effort towards ending this. And to me, it seemed like one of the most urgent things that we could do as humans to end.
Yeah, I got to say, I feel worse about that than finding out a kid died of malaria.
Yeah, because it's a human acting upon another human
Yes.
in a malicious way,
Yeah.
and as opposed to, airborne
Circumstances.
disease. Now, malaria, and there's other things that the CDC focus on that you go
Sure.
like Ebola, like we don't want to just let that one go, right?
No,
like
no.
they're
Yeah. Oh, I'm watching this new one in China right now like a fucking hawk.
right.
Yeah, because I'm like, just living on the West Coast, I feel like puts us in a much more dangerous because all these flights are coming through here.
And the crazy thing is, we just put all these. There's bans on like 5 new countries of people like flying here from Somalia and this one and that one.
Yeah.
And I went, "Where's China on this list right now?" Like,
Right.
wait a second, we've got a real like they're quarantining whole cities over
Yeah,
there.
cities of like 12 million people.
It's crazy.
Yeah. We're first base on the trip
boy.
Yeah,
to New York.
We sure are.
Yeah.
I mean, don't go to Solvang Village. That is a tour stop, and you could be in big.
Yeah.
a real issue. I mean,
a couple
this-
glasses of wine and you wake up with fucking.
Ostrich USA could go under as a result of this.
It
Like,
really
you know?
could. I decided to re-listen to our first interview 2 years ago. You were the guinea pig. You were first in. God bless you.
We gave it a shot.
You're a huge reason this thing's successful. So thank you. I couldn't get through it. I'm so embarrassed and ashamed of myself.
Why?
Oh, buddy, I talked so much. It's so embarrassing. I was nervous.
You had some things you had to get off your chest.
Oh my God. I couldn't get through it. But anyways, I just wanted to acknowledge it. But I wanted to say, one of the things I want to talk to you about today is one of our favorite hobbies on the ranch was just like what new thing you and I are into, because it's almost hourly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on such a type A trajectory of self-improvement, and I love it. So I was wondering, what were this year's 2020's New Year's resolutions?
I didn't have clear New Year's resolutions this year. And I sort of looked at it as decade resolutions.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a new decade.
Right.
And I got really excited about the fact that, wait a second, in 1 year, I can probably accomplish X, Y, and Z. But if I actually look at a decade and I set some goals for a decade, A, the chances of achieving that are much higher. And B, what you could potentially accomplish in a decade is exponential to what you can accomplish in a year.
Yeah, I like this.
And so I sort of set decade resolutions.
Oh my goodness.
As opposed
wow.
to a New Year's resolution.
You're so ahead of me.
Yeah.
You could build the Hoover Dam.
You could build the Hoover Dam.
Yes.
I read this thing about Japanese companies and how they had century missions. They had like goals that were for the century. And I went, whoa, hold on. That's like another level of thinking about your company. Like, what's your next 100 years going to look like?
Yeah.
And as a company, you can do that because you might be dead, but the company can still be alive. And so I think oftentimes we're all too short term in our thinking. Like, whenever I start to get in an argument or start to get upset about something, I've practice this trigger, which is like, am I going to care about this in 5 years?
Oh, yeah.
Where I just do a really quick check-in and go, is this going to matter in 5 years? Is this worth having upset or stress about? And that's like my pause button and the one question that I ask myself about. So I set these decade goals.
Okay.
And my decade goals are eliminating child pornography from the internet, which was already a goal of Thorne. I have a decade goal around fixing foster care.
Okay.
So I did a bunch of research on foster care and realized that the graduation rates for foster care children for high school is like 27%.
Ay.
And if you look at the incarceration rates of foster care children, it's insane. Teen pregnancy is ridiculously higher. And there are all these other sort of downstream issues that are a result of a very poorly run state and county foster care system that don't need to be poorly run. They're just poorly run because the incentives, for whatever reason, aren't in line, which I don't quite understand, because if you actually look at like all the downstream entitlements that end up going to those foster care children after foster care is done poorly, it's insane.
What, like medical
penitentiaries, medical expenses, like welfare. But if you're a child that comes up with neglectful parents, the likelihood of you being a neglectful parent is very high because you haven't had a model with which to raise your children. And if you're being dished around from foster care family to foster care family, and you have a sense that no one loves you, how are you going to express that in the world?
Yeah.
That no one loves me, right? And so you can actually look at the direct line from foster care and the neglect of that system to all these other entitlements downstream and go, it actually costs us 1 billion times more later. We just need to upfront the cost to fix foster care, and we can solve a ton of problems.
Yeah, a lot of these debates that seem like left-right debates, I'm always a little frustrated because I want to say to generally the right, I get it, man. You shouldn't be shelling out a bunch of money, but let's just look at what does homelessness cost to fix versus what does it cost to treat? You should just fiscally want to do an ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. And same with foster care.
Just run the math.
It's much better investment. It's much, much cheaper to prevent the problem from happening, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a pure data play. Like if you just run the math on it, it's actually just, I mean, and there's crazy things like sometimes these kids get removed from their homes and put into foster care because the mom was a single mother who had 4 kids who couldn't afford to pay her rent this month and decided to go and sell her body for sex in order to pay rent and was out at night. And the social worker came home and saw 4 kids left at home at night alone, and they remove the 4 kids. Wouldn't it be just cheaper to pay that $400 in rent
Yeah.
Exactly.
and keep those kids at home with their mom and get the mom into some type of program to get her employed in a more meaningful way. Like, wouldn't that be a better solution?
Yeah. And again, cheaper, even if you don't really, that doesn't tug at
Way
your
cheaper.
heartstrings, just cheaper. Well, you know, my mom's a CASA. Do you know what CASAs are? They're court-appointed advocates for kids in foster.
Yes.
But my mom said, you know, the goal is always, just as a kind of baseline goal, is like, it's best that the kids stay with the parents. Like, all things considered, you're really hoping that the situation improves, because it really is the goal generally. And you're right, there's not much capital being put into that end of the equation.
Well, and part of the reason why it's the best is because the system to become a foster care parent is so jacked. You have to do this like home inspection to become a foster care parent. So basically they have to send somebody out to your house like 3 times in the process. All good. You know, you want the kids to be in a safe environment. Do you know what, like, the number one reason why some of these homes don't get approved is because they don't have a fire extinguisher.
Oh boy.
my
And you're like,
God.
well, wait a second. And so I was talking to somebody about this, and they were working in one state, and they just decided to put fire extinguishers in the trunk of the inspectors.
Yeah.
And they just give them a fire extinguisher. Now they pass inspection, and now we have a great home for a kid, right?
Yeah.
There's also zero data that's being run on where these foster care kids are, where they're coming from, and then actual like proactive recruiting of foster care families in those same neighborhoods.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
So it's a county-run system in California. In other states, it's run by the state, and there's variability for state by state. But if your next of kin is in a different county and they don't have that next of kin in the registry, there may be an aunt that's right in the next county, but they don't know that they're there, and so then they don't set them up with the aunt. And in many cases, they don't even ask the kids who the adults are in their life that they know that would probably take. They don't even ask them.
Yeah.
So there's like really simple fundamental changes that can happen, because in some cases it is the right thing to do to take the kids from the parents.
Oh, yeah.
But if we don't have the ability for families to become good foster care families in a simple way that isn't just a drastically arduous or expensive process, them going into foster care is going to be a terrible idea.
Yeah. Do you know how many kids at any one time in America are in foster care?
I want to say I have this data, but I don't have it. So I want to say, and I could be totally wrong.
Monica will fact check it.
Fact check this thing.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere around like 500,000 kids a year or something like that.
Come out of the foster care.
Go into
Go
foster
in.
care. I think it's somewhere in that range. Or maybe it's 500,000 kids at any given time, one or the other.
Yikes.
Fact check that one,
I
please.
will.
And I also think about this. I'm like, well, if those kids are technically in custody of the state knows where the best schools in the state are.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't those kids get to go to the front of the line of the best public schools in the state because they're in the custody of the state? Like,
no, they're already
Yeah.
feeling super insecure, so let's send them to the most dangerous area possible just to really amplify that.
But these are simple fundamental changes. And then if you could actually build like a high quality targeted recruiting system and a high quality, like, to identify who the closest next of kin are, which there is no national registry. And you could probably find next of kin on Facebook.
Yeah.
But a lot of these like social service environments, they don't allow the employees to be on Facebook at work because they don't want them.
Sure. Checking in
Being
on old
social.
sweethearts from high school.
And I'm like, what? This is like the most effective like social tool in the world to find people.
A third
and you
of the
don't
people
allow
are
them
on
to. I don't know.
Isn't it exciting, though, that you live in an era where, because I wonder if you, being the type of person you are, were the exact same person, but in 1972. I think the fact that you're so interested in tech, coupled with now, you're empowered now. Like, don't you feel like you would have felt far more powerless in the 70s attacking these issues where there's no like kind of tech answer to them or tech improvement? Like, don't you think this is kind of, you've perfectly, you know, as far as the simulation goes, this is pointing to you're probably in a simulation, because this is like the ideal time for you to take up these causes because there's all these fun tech improvements.
Yeah,
we talked to your buddy Cohen,
Jared.
Jared Cohen, and he does a lot of this stuff too, right? Like they'll go to recruitment websites for jihadists and they'll redirect them someplace. And like, oh, what a cool answer that doesn't involve missiles.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful tool And in some cases, when it's being drastically underutilized, i.e., this particular issue, you can make exponential improvements by applying technology solutions to it. But putting fire extinguishers in the trunks of cars is not technology. Asking the kids who are the adults in their lives is not technology. I mean, there are.
You're right, but knowing that that's one of the big issues is kind of the result of data mining or data aggregate, right? So it's like you can identify what some of these major problems are that probably would have just blown over everyone's head.
Yeah, one of the beautiful things about data is there are a bunch of counterintuitive assumptions that you unearth really quickly with data, and you go, wait a second, nobody's going to vote for Donald Trump. But if you actually look at the data, you go, no, all these people are going to vote for Donald Trump, and this is why.
Right.
And the data's there.
Mm-hmm. Have you listened to and or read Malcolm Gladwell's new book,
I haven't.
Talking to Strangers?
No, the new one I haven't read.
Oh, you're going to love
great?
it. Oh, it's like to the best of his best. It's
Great.
so
I'm
good.
on it.
But there's two, we were talking about it this morning, there's two huge counterintuitive data things, which I just found to be mind-blowing. I was saying how much I enjoy being confronted by the facts and reversing my position. I really enjoy that. And one of them, if I can condense it very shortly, was Sylvia Plath killed herself, the poet, and she put her head in the oven and turned it on in London. And at that time, every single house in London used this gas called town gas. It wasn't natural gas, and you could kill yourself quite easily with it. Now you can't really with natural gas. And at that time, it was the number one killer in London was people committing suicide with this town gas. And so conventionally, and this is certainly what I thought before reading this chapter, if you take away one means to kill yourself, people just find another. Like if you're hell-bent on killing yourself, you're just going to kill yourself, right? But they found that when they switched to natural gas, the actual suicide rate plummeted by virtually the number that people were killing themselves with town gas. They didn't go to another solution. And then he gets into the Golden Gate Bridge and how many people have jumped from there. And in this case of 500 people that someone intercepted them or arrested them, they do this data analysis, and of the 500, only 25 of those people ended up killing themselves. So displacement is the theory I had, which is they'll just find another means. But there's another theory called coupling, which is no, it's a whole suite of different things happening perfectly at the same time that someone might kill themselves. And I was like, God damn, I would have just said I probably would have been on the gun side of the argument. Like, okay, yeah, 20,000 people kill themselves with guns every year. If you take away the guns, they stab themselves. Does that make you happy? And come to find out, no, there's this thing coupling.
That's fascinating.
I was like, oh, I love this.
That's a wonderful, I always get excited when I hear like a random piece of like counterintuitive, like because so often what you hear and learn, you kind of already know. But when you learn something that you genuinely would have thought the exact opposite is true, it's just like the most exhilarating thing.
Is.
I get so fired up. And it's how we invest in companies. The first thing we're always looking for is like some counterintuitive thesis that actually is a beautiful thing with companies, which is if you have data that supports a counterintuitive thesis, the likelihood of competitors coming into the space early on when the company is most fragile is greatly reduced because they would go, no, that's not going to work. It's like, will people go sleep on other people's couches, of strangers?
That sounds like no way.
That's just no way.
Intuition-wise.
In fact, they do. And they're,
and they far prefer it to a hotel once they use it.
Exactly. It's like, would you jump into a car with a stranger driving you and
never?
No, that's not. Well, yeah, they do. The latest one I saw was this company. It was like an HR software company. What they realized was these companies offer all these like incentive programs to like keep employees happy and do all these things. But the truth is that when people first come to the company and they get all these incentives, their happiness and retention rates go way up, right? But over time, it just sort of dwindles because all those incentives just seem like the norm.
Yeah.
So what they came up with is this methodology to constantly be introducing new short-term incentives to employees that not only raise the happiness rate and the retention rate, but then maintain it over time.
Extend
That's
it.
smart.
And I was like, brilliant. Like I would have never guessed. I would go, listen, we have really great benefits here. But the better thing is to go, we have some good benefits, but here's the truth is there's new benefits all the time.
Yeah, I would have been like, we need a program that says, Hey, have some gratitude, motherfuckers. These are great, great benefits, and get over yourself. What do you think you're entitled to?
Oh my God.
Fucking
That's
work in a hot tub?
That is your issue. That is,
It is. I am like the gratitude police,
I
aren't
know
I?
you are. You really are.
I know.
You
I
really
have
are.
I have a chalkboard in my. I have like my own little toilet stall in the house, and the back of the door, I have a chalkboard on it.
Genius.
And it says practice appreciation. That is what I wrote up there.
Yeah.
And so every day when I'm taking my morning deuce, I can look at it and be like, just practice some appreciation today. And it actually works where like I walk out and I'm like, this is just great. Like I start there, and as I'm sitting on the thinker, I'm thinking of ways to practice appreciation.
By the way, we
That's
should launch a
great.
toilet brand called The Thinker.
The thinker.
Because that's really, for me, where it's a lot of the thinking's getting done. It's the only time I'm not engaged with other distractions.
Stop taking your phone in, and you'll find a wealth of ideas.
Coochie.
Oh, wow.
The idea of going into
Another
my
decade,
commode,
another decade goal. Oh my God, there's a decade goal for you. Don't take the phone in.
That's
just
tough.
the thought of it
Yeah.
scares me. Like what you just said was like, go to the movies knowing you're not going to eat popcorn. Like I'm like, well, I don't even know if I want to go to the movies now. Like, the notion of sitting there with myself on the turlet is scary.
You'll reduce your hemorrhoids drastically.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Two, you'll come up with some brilliant stuff.
Wow.
And then I've got this handy dandy chalkboard right there. So if I come up with something brilliant, you don't want to forget it because it was just a toilet idea.
Yeah.
I can just
Thinker.
write it down on the old thinker, and
Oh,
and
man.
and
You
then
are s-
it's a saved idea.
You're so
This
far
guy.
ahead. I know. You're really, really far ahead.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today. This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place.
Let's talk bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, but it does not have to be that way.
With SoFi high yield checking and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit.
No account or overdraft fees, which feels rare these days. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, perfect for getting ahead of a bill or grabbing what you need right when you need it.
Plus, get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at SoFi.com/armchair. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. This episode is brought to you by ServiceNow. Look, I have my dream job. I get to talk to folks I admire like crazy and ask them virtually any question that I want to. I can't imagine a better way to spend my time. But even dream jobs have some not so dreamy parts, the stuff that gets in the way of the actual work. Now, that's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what you should do about your busy work. They actually do it, start to finish. Cases closed, requests handled, no extra work for you. So you and your team can focus on what matters most, which for me is, are they obsessed with male bodies on the same level as I am?
They never are.
To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com.
Living your best life means being extra where it counts and skipping the extra where you don't need it. Like in your cleaning products. That's where Seventh Generation comes in. Their bio-based cleaning power delivers a powerful clean with nothing extra in the bottle. Need a dish soap that cuts through the tough grease? A detergent that tackles the worst stains and odors? Seventh Generation handles it all without any dyes or artificial fragrances. Real clean doesn't have to come with a long list of add-ons. Upgrade to a powerful clean without anything extra. Look for Seventh Generation dish soap and laundry detergent wherever you shop for your cleaning products.
Let me put one of my resolutions on the table for you because it's forced me to do basically that. So my New Year's resolution was love everywhere I'm at because I'm going to fucking be there anyways.
Broad.
Fucking love it. Right?
Wonderful.
So
I need to work on that.
so far it's been going really well for me, suspiciously well. Like I'm driving to work a couple days ago and I was like, I get to work. I'm going to be late. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you're in the car. You're in the car and there's no kids in this car. And then I'm like, the fucking seats are very comfortable in this thing.
Yeah.
And fucking XM radio. Like I just really started like going through the list of how wonderful it is to be stuck in your car for 20 minutes. And it's fucking lovely if I shift my perspective to that.
I mean, we almost have a similar thing. Practice appreciation, love where you're at. It's the same. it's the same
Exactly.
thing.
And you know, I considered, I don't have a chalkboard, but I was going to write it on my mirror. And I was like, I've come all the way now back to fucking daily affirmations. This thing I laughed at on Saturday Night Live, right? Like Stuart Smalley.
yeah.
You're good enough.
You're smart enough. And doggone it, people like you.
Yes. And I used to just howl with laughter at how silly that was. And now I'm like, no, that's I need to see every day what the fucking goal is. Okay. Is there anything else on the decade long? I want to hear maybe like a personal one.
I mean, those are big.
Can I introduce one that you let me in on? And I was kind of laughing at you when you did it. And then I've come around to it, which is last year, we're shooting the ranch and you got involved in a competition, a body mass index weight loss competition.
Yeah.
And you took it so seriously.
Yeah.
And I think you lost like 120 pounds and you were only 160 when you started. You got so thin.
I got really thin.
Yeah. And then you started you launched this on me. You go, I've really studied this. And the actors who just were really thin in their 40s really age beautifully in their 50s. Like there's just a trajectory. If you enter 50s as very thin, I think you were maybe referencing Sting. I don't know who
I
you're.
think I was talking about Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
What an example.
Well, I mean, he's always been that guy.
Yeah.
And he just maintains it.
Yes, and at first, my immediate thought was like, no, I need muscle mass. I need a little pop in my biceps. And then since we had that conversation, it kind of stuck in my head a little bit. And I went down like 15 pounds or something. And I was like, I think he's right. I think this is the move.
Here's the thing. By the way, you really helped me in that competition. I ended up getting third place out of like 45 people.
Which is impressive.
Wow.
And
Because I'd say you already started in pretty damn good shape.
I
which
was
think is
already in decent shape.
Yeah.
But I ended up cutting like an insane like 25 pounds of fat. And
Wow.
what was crazy is the guy who won was doing much more bodybuilding than what I was doing. Because you said to me at one point, you're like, the competition was around percentage of body fat lost. And you were like, you need to start lifting weights because muscle weighs 5 times more than fat. You gain more muscle mass, you gain more weight, but the percentage of fat will reduce.
Yeah,
And so
most people are only looking at one side of the equation, which is fat reduction.
Yeah.
But the other side's that muscle mass.
And then halfway through, I started doing like crazy HIIT training and doing like heavy weights.
Yeah.
And gaining muscle mass, which
with no carbs to burn.
with nothing. To
No
burn.
energy.
I mean, I was like passing out like all day long, and then I was doing like 18-hour fasts,
Okay.
like
we
3
can't
times a
recommend
week.
this on here.
Oh, I fully recommend this.
Well, 18-hour fasts are wonderful. Actually, like one of the only proven things that it like create longevity in humans is fasting.
Fasting.
Yeah. By the way, like there's a counterintuitive thing, right? Like that's wholly counterintuitive. Like don't eat
True.
for an extended period of time and you'll live longer.
Yeah, don't give your body what it needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
deprivation.
I had these like feeding windows when I was doing this thing.
I will say, though, at the end, not to go against what was a marvelous strategy and yielded great results, towards the end, you were hanging on by a thread.
I was getting pretty gaunt.
You were, you were gaunt. That's one issue. But you were so dialed in as a person. You know, you're very electric and dialed the fuck in. Like when you and I are chatting, I feel like I like hook up some kind of
Like
HDMI
a Neuralink,
cable.
Like a Neuralink.
Yes.
You, me, Elon Musk.
That's right.
Just Neuralinking.
But we were having some conversations, and I noticed some gloss in the eyes, which I had never
really?
seen in like 15 years of knowing you. I was like, oh, he's a little glossed right now.
Yeah.
And I think you were just hanging on by. I don't think you had enough glycogen to make the brain work at its optimal level. Do you remember being foggy at all during that period?
I was probably just tired from not eating enough and working out too much.
Right.
Probably.
Right.
And the other thing is like during that window, I mean, I always do sober January. And so during that window, I wasn't drinking either.
Right.
Which, it's an interesting thing when you quit drinking because, I probably for the last 10 years have had 2 drinks a day, like virtually every day. And I don't ever get smashed, but like, and maybe like once a week I'll have a couple more than that or something, like if I'm hanging out socially. And when you quit drinking, the first week sucks. The second week, you're like, oh man, I feel great. Like suddenly you're like clear. You can remember things. That the word that you want to say is right on the tip of your tongue, and
a little
you're
more
not
firmness in your poll
yeah,
too.
it's great. And you get like a good 2 weeks of that, and then after that, you're like, I'm kind of missing out on like these social things, and you start to feel this. And then there's a dip. Interesting. I stopped drinking this year in November.
Oh, really?
And I probably had like 5 drinks, but like only ever like one a day. 5 drinks since November. And
you got through the holidays without getting sloshed? That's the hardest holiday.
I think I just
Christmas.
might be done drinking. That's not on like my resolution list. But I kind of am just sort of like, I mean, like I'll taste a wine or something, but
can I tell you, I'm reminded of this often. This is the same issue that everyone who gets sober contends with, which is like when you come in, man, you're hyper aware of the price you pay for consuming shit. But over time, as you say, you kind of level off, and now that's the new norm, and your memory that's the way it works. It kind of downsizes the bad shit. But ultimately, the way I still experience it monthly is I always quit sugar, right? So I'll be off sugar for whatever it is, 3-4 weeks. I start fantasizing about what something's going to taste like. And inevitably, every single time I have the thing, I'm like, fuck, it's just not the thing that I build up in my head over that month off sugar. Like I build it up that it's going to be a fucking orgasm when I eat a Snickers bar. And then just when I do, I'm like, it's not, it's like my memory inflates things and then deflates the bad things.
Yeah. But then also like you have one Snickers bar and then you're like, well, I mean, I don't feel awful.
Let's party.
And then you're like, I gotta go to Dairy Queen now.
By the way, that's generally the thing that takes me off the sugar sobriety thing. Is
Dairy
we'll
Queen.
travel, and I'm allowed whenever I'm out of LA to eat Dairy Queen. That's always my first
Dairy
stop.
Queen. Oh. I mean, we were talking last night at dinner. We were talking about our last meal, and Dairy Queen finishes off my last meal. Like it's the last stop on the final meal train is Dairy Queen.
Blizzard?
I mean, thank God for Warren Buffett. I mean, it was going. He bought it because he loved it. He just loved Dairy Queen.
It was an emotional purchase,
and I think he bought it because he loved Dairy Queen, and it's the thing that's kept it around.
Really?
Oh, wow, I didn't know
What's
that.
your go-to at Dairy Queen?
Oh man, I'm all over the menu.
Oh,
I mean, I am everywhere.
dancing around.
I mean, I love a peanut butter parfait.
Me too.
I mean, it's just
and I'm
so
always
nice.
in the way I talk to them. It must be so insulting. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna want double the fudge that comes in it, and I know, like, so I don't how many pumps, and I'm like, well, how many? Because I want to be specific about this. Like, I don't want to tell you double and then you eyeball it. I'm like, if it's 7 pumps, I want 14, and it's exhausting for the person when I order one.
Banana split.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I like all the royal treats are always up there for me. Like there's a list of royal treats, and the reason why they're always up there for me is when I was a kid, my stepdad would walk me to the Dairy Queen that was like 5-10 blocks away or something, like once a month or something. We would go, and he would let me pick a royal treat. But I will say the crunch cone. It's like a dip cone, but it's in the crunch.
Oh,
it's lovely.
Oh,
wow.
I love a dip cone.
Like soft serve,
some
crunch
of the basics.
cone.
Finding my way back to the basics.
Come back to the basics, yeah.
But who brought me to the party? Now, have you ever tried this? Knowing that you like the banana split. Now, this is something I always recommend to people. They never want to because it's not sexy enough. Right, Monica?
Yeah.
You've been around for a lot of this. The banana split blizzard is the best blizzard. Have you ever had one?
Oh, I could imagine.
It's really good.
It's so much better than it should be.
I could imagine.
Every bite
you
has a
imagining
whole
it?
banana split in it, and you can taste it, and then you can then you can throw a dash of Reese's peanut butter cup or something in there, and you got this base of
man,
it's incredible.
I will say
This is a hard conversation for me.
I know. Do you know? Well, one of Monica's most, and this is for real, most traumatic childhood memories was, she was one of the only Indian kids in Duluth, Georgia, and she was at a backyard party. 2 boys, 2 girls swimming. One of the boys and girls were already a couple. She liked the boy a lot in the pool. He liked her a lot, so her girlfriend thought she'd facilitate. So she was in the pool, and she said to him, "You should ask Monica out. She likes you, and you like her." And he said, "I like her, but I can't date Monica because her parents work at Dairy Queen," because that was a Indian stereotype where she grew up. And he couldn't be
because
with
the
her.
Indians worked at the Dairy Queen.
Or
My
owned
parents
them,
did
probably.
not. They probably owned them. Yeah.
Her dad
my
was a
parents did not
engineer.
work there, but it was a deep cut.
Literally, her whole
that is
I don't,
not a deep cut. That's like a saving grace that boy is not in your life.
Well, hold on.
No.
I have compassion for him too.
I have compassion for him, but it did affect my whole life.
She
That moment
really
really did affect my whole life.
with boys. It really, really changed everything.
Oh, I'm just so happy that guy, because what if he was just harboring that while you were dating? I mean, that would be
Well,
like,
that's
that would be
true.
awful.
Well, he was incredibly honest for a 12-year-old,
Well,
right?
to my friend, he didn't say it to me.
But what makes me sad about it, let's just say, what a terrible thing to say, but also everyone at the party at 12 years old just wants to be accepted. Anything that could
course.
exclude you is
Yeah,
terrifying. So
yeah.
here he loved this girl, but she had something that would have excluded him. The whole thing is
It's-
sad for everyone.
Sure.
He wanted to be with you and couldn't over this Dairy Queen situation.
Yeah, let's feel bad for him.
No, you're the victim here, but I'm just saying.
No, I know. I agree.
I'm not pumped for either person.
What's his name?
Roosevelt.
Throw him out there.
Okay, I want to talk about The Ranch. We're going into the final season of The Ranch. There's 10 episodes left, out currently on Netflix.
That's right. And so everybody all 80 episodes are on Netflix and available to watch. It's the entire arc of the series.
80
So anybody who
episodes.
Yeah, so anybody who hasn't started watching it can start from the beginning and watch the entire 80.
Binge.
And everybody who has been watching it, the last final 10 episodes are now on Netflix.
They're out right now. Now, what's really fun about this is I ended up being in 25 of those 80,
Yeah.
which was so fun and really only happened because of this podcast.
100% happened because of this podcast.
Yeah.
We were walking out, and at the time, we had this idea of this character that we wanted to introduce on the show, which was a military vet that was coming back who had some PTSD, that was a cousin that would come and start staying with the family and live. And after we had done the podcast, I was like, I think Dax would be great at this. And I asked you, thinking for sure you were going to say no, or that you had something else that you were working on and going on. And you were like, yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I had just spent 2.5 hours with you, and I was like, God damn, I enjoy hanging with you. And this would be an opportunity to just hang out with you. And by God, it proved to be that. We had a goddamn blast.
We had a really good time.
It's one of the funner jobs I've ever had.
Just having Sam Elliott there and watching Sam Elliott get upset about the littlest things probably was like the highlight. Like he's like, if it's raining, there's no way they'd leave these tools out here.
Oh, yeah.
So it was little things
Well, let's just start with he's a better actor than us.
by far.
Yeah. So he's actually thinking about stuff that would probably be helpful to your performance. But you and I are like, when's pizza getting here? That would be our main note about
What's
something.
for lunch?
But one of the highlights. But we were making fun of Alicia because she has a little bit of a Canadian accent, but just occasionally.
Yeah,
it's not even really pronounced, but once in a while,
Once in a while it comes out.
pop a word off, right? Like a boat will come up or something. And then you and I in rehearsal, we just launched into our really bad Canadian accents, right?
Yeah, where we did a whole scene in Canadian accents.
And just so if you don't know the behind the scenes, on a multicam sitcom, Monday through Wednesday, you're rehearsing and you're planning where you're going to stand in each scene and everything. And so you do it multiple times. So once we started on this Canadian accent, it just got more and more outrageous each time. And then fucking Sam Elliott joined in
Yeah.
with
Oh,
a
wow.
real thick, deep
Oh
Canadian.
yeah, when he dropped in with it, he came with it real hard, and he just brought it like a real champ. It was perfect.
Oh, I got to
Perfect.
Good for him.
Like I would have thought he was from Toronto. The way he delivered it, it was perfect.
Absolutely. And I had kind of an out-of-body experience where I was like, because for the most part, and I think you and I are similar in this way, it's like, fake it till you make it. If they invite me into some show or movie, I just act like I belong there. When the kid from A Dirt Road's like, how the fuck are you here? But I can silence that voice quite often.
But we've been doing that every day for our entire life, right?
Yeah, the whole thing's a fraud. Yeah.
Acting as if we belong in this room.
Absolutely.
All day long.
And then I just had this moment where Sam Elliott's talking like a buffoon, and we've somehow encouraged him to do that. And I had just I allowed myself to recognize, how are you sitting with Sam Elliott and he's now doing this silly, funny thing that you and Ashton started? How did this happen? This guy's from Roadhouse.
Yeah.
It just made me so thrilled that I could see my life from outside of it. I was like, somehow you ended up cutting up with Sam Elliott.
But that was you. Here's the thing I admire about you the most in those episodes, which is your ability to completely just fuck off for 3 days of rehearsal, and then on show night dial in and everything is perfect. Was just amazing. And at one point, the director came up to me because I started fucking off, like because you
I was
were
like a virus that spread through the set.
Dax like jacking around like in the scene and whatever, like and trying different lines and doing whatever. And at one point, the director comes to me and he goes, "Listen, Dax is really great at doing this."
Oh no, I didn't know this.
no.
He goes, "Here's the thing: if you're both doing that, it's just going to be a mess. So I would prefer it if you just stay on book,
Held steady,
and hold tight." Like he came
hold
up to
the
me,
line.
And by the way, he was totally right because I was just all over the place. And then when it came show night, I was like not ready to go because like I don't have the gift that you have to do
I
that.
don't know about that.
Wow.
And so then I ended up having to just be like, okay, let's rein it in, bring the
Well,
horses
but
back.
hold on.
Generous of you because it's your show. You
Also,
could have been
he's-
like, I'm doing whatever I want.
Yeah,
and he did. Let's just also say, you might have reined it in, but the mode of operandi became, we made sure they got what they were aiming to get.
and then
You and I had about 4 takes for us.
yeah, where we were just
In the
flanking.
audience.
We were just flanking for laughs.
This is what I'm telling you. I'm not being too sentimental when I say this. This show taught me to love process because you and I became, you and I have fun with this audience that's right there.
Yeah.
And to do it knowing this will never make the show. I don't think I've ever acted that way where I would like started it going, well, now we're going to do a take where I know certainly this will not make the cut. So we're doing it literally for the love of doing it was a breakthrough for me.
It's the beauty of shooting in front of a live audience.
Oh.
I mean, it is the glory. It's the instant gratification that you get when you shoot in front of a live audience and you feel like you are the funniest person on the planet,
Yeah.
even if you're not.
I said to Ashton, this is like a virtual reality game where you get to experience what it's like to be Chris Rock. Like to be that level of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would have never thought I could experience what it feels like to be Chris Rock. And you go, why the fuck do you think I've been doing this for 20 years? Like this, yes, it's fucking intoxicating. And it's why I keep doing
It's
it.
why I keep doing sitcoms. It's because it's so yummy.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's so yummy. Like I know a lot of people that are in our industry that are just naturally funny individuals. Like they like the way they say milk makes you laugh. I don't have that thing. Like I need material. I either have to really think about coming up with material that's going to be funny. I've got to I have to grind on it. I have to dissect the joke to understand the joke. Like I have to do the whole process. But when you're in front of an audience on a sitcom like that, they don't know that there's a writer.
right. Or that you rehearse for 3
or
days.
that you rehearse for 3 days. They think you're just winging it.
Yeah.
And they're convinced that you're hilarious.
Well, and
I
then we
just
do wing
feel
it
so-
for a couple takes, and then
Yeah.
it only confirms this theory that I think these people are making this whole show up in front of us. It's exhilarating.
It is delightful.
So you said the director, and I just want to say publicly, David Traynor. So David Traynor did all of the 70s shows.
Every single episode of the 70s show.
And you met him when you were 19.
Yeah, and then he did every episode of The Ranch.
Yes.
So 80 episodes of that.
I mean, a truly beautiful man, much taller than both of you and I. So
Oh, wow.
you got to buy into like some kind of parental thing. Yet
Yeah,
he's
but he's
loving
also just a brilliant human being.
Yes.
Respect his intelligence, but then he also has this sort of staggering height that gives you this, whenever you're looking up to someone, I think it sort of triggers something.
It's something primitive, yeah.
Yeah, it's a primitive thing.
Yeah.
Like when you
go back to looking at your dad.
It's like when you're hanging out with Shaquille O'Neal, you feel like he could like cradle you, and
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, you're in charge.
That's my whole life.
Oh my God.
That's my whole life.
God bless you.
Looking up at people.
I liked it in a confined dose. Yeah,
I really don't like hanging out with people that's taller than
Like you and I are ideal. We're looking dead eye to eye. That's ideal for me.
I do not like going to basketball games with my wife because I feel like an inferior human.
Oh yeah.
Or like if you go and stand on the sidelines at a football game and you're standing next to like real football play, you're like, I am an inferior human being to these other humans, and I feel so insecure right now.
They could run through me like a paper house.
For sure. Yeah, it's weird. I trained jujitsu.
I just watched a video of you rolling with some world champion.
There's a video of it?
Yes. I had a hunch it wasn't with your knowledge.
No, it is not of my knowledge. It was yesterday.
Okay, so he's
the number one jiu-jitsu guy in the world.
Yes. And so I'm not going to read your Wikipedia again. I already did that, and I know your life story. I was like, it's incumbent upon me to do a little something. So I just typed in your name and then hit news. I was like, oh, maybe something interesting's happened recently that I've missed. Found out Mila went somewhere and showed off her legs. Found out you guys are getting divorced 12 times. And then there's a video that comes right up if you hit news, and it's you rolling with this world champion.
Oh, wow.
I haven't. I got to watch the video. Do I
you
look
look
terrible?
great.
Oh, I look
No,
like.
and
Am I
think
holding
that-
my own?
I think even the article that was attached to it, I read was like, for anyone who was questioning Ashton's commitment, who recent brown belt in October or whatever month you got your brown belt, this should settle all debate. And it shows you getting into
my.
it, working your ass off.
Oh God,
You're going to be real happy with it.
Oh, I'm not going to be.
You
Happy with it.
are.
I mean, this guy. Legitimately, at the end, it was like a 3-minute session or so. I mean, he showed me a bunch of different techniques and stuff, and so it was at the end of the workout. It was the last thing that we did.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'll just roll with you for a little bit. It was like, just don't hurt me.
Yeah.
And watch the face.
Yeah.
And so I'm rolling with him, and I am exhausted at the end. And at the end, like after he finished rolling with me, he went and rolled with somebody else immediately after.
Sure.
I didn't even know it was being filmed. These things come out of the gym, like that I got my brown belt, that I don't want out there.
Sure,
because
sure.
the last thing I want, I am the worst brown belt in the country because I
Okay.
just got it. Like I'm not good at this,
Yeah.
right?
You just learned to walk.
And exactly. And so the last thing I want is like some guy, tough guy in me, and like wanting to show me, and he's only a purple belt, and I'm a brown, and he wants to show.
Oh, I'll
it's
go
the
even
last
further.
thing I want. I just don't want somebody picking a fight with me. Like
Yes.
I don't want to fight anyone.
I'll go even further. Like 23-year-old me sees this movie star Ashton Kutcher is a brown belt, thinks he's something, and then not even I'm a purple belt. I would be like, oh, you think you're a bad motherfucker because you've trained in this?
This is like,
You're right.
the
There's no
thing-
win.
It's the thing I least want to have happen anywhere. But anyway, back to my point is my teacher, Higa Machado, who's this hulking human being whose neck is like the size of my waist.
Yeah.
And when he tells me something, I'm just like, yes, sir. But I need someone who's of that magnitude.
Yes.
Because otherwise I'm like, okay, let's just roll this out really quick and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to do it.
Right.
My alpha will go nuts.
Yes. Oh, God, the ego. Isn't that great?
Well, it's the ugliest thing about me.
Well, I have to admit it about myself. It's so embarrassing. But yeah, Monica and I, we deal with this constantly. So we'll have a debate in real life. And then we get someone on here like your buddy Jared, or we'll get Adam Grant,
Ugh.
or we'll get whoever, right? They'll say virtually the exact same thing that either one of us maybe it made that same point earlier in the week, but we were like, oh, what the hell is they know? You know, we both just dismissed. But then all of a sudden you get them on here, and all of a sudden we're wide open, you know, to digest and take on their expertise.
Yeah.
They've earned it.
They've earned it.
You haven't earned it, but they have.
We have not. We are the peanut gallery.
Exactly.
We are officially the
Exactly.
peanut gallery.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
by the way, doing real well.
It's good
Peanut.
living.
It's
Yeah.
good to be.
You're doing okay.
I'm practicing appreciation in the fact that I am surviving, living,
right.
and
You're right.
being the peanut gallery. And by the way, I really appreciate the first time I was here, you didn't have the lazy boy. Now you have a lazy boy that you get.
It wasn't?
No, you didn't have a lazy boy when I came here the first time.
What?
You
What the
just
hell
had
was I
like
sitting in? A lawn
I
chair?
think you you just had like a desk chair that you were sitting
Oh,
on.
that white.
Oh,
chair?
that right there. Wabi
Yeah,
Wab
yeah,
chair.
that's what you had the first time. So I really appreciate that you now actually rock a lazy boy.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Okay. I asked about your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, well, the thing we started with was right before we jumped on hot mic was no coffee.
Oh, yes. So you and I, we love quitting things. We like challenges. We like this stuff. Maybe even to a pathological level at times, right?
Yeah.
You and I would kind of check each other. Like,
Pressing to our better self.
yes. And I think you and I were good at going, what's the end goal here? Like, who do you think's going to observe you doing this and finally pat you on the back while you'll feel like, okay,
Yeah.
this is over. So we're always trying to keep it in a healthy zone. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
So caffeine.
So coffee and caffeine. Around the same time that I kind of was like, I think I'm done drinking, I was like, I think I'm done drinking coffee, because I got to a point where I would wake up in the morning and before I could do anything, I had to have a cup of coffee.
Well, didn't you have a unit in your bedroom or your bathroom or something? I thought you gave me this idea. Do you have one in your closet?
I don't. I used to have a bar in my closet,
Okay.
Wow.
which is
Okay.
worse. But I legitimately had to have a cup, and I would put ice in it so I could drink it faster, so I could get the caffeine into the system to get the motor moving.
Yeah.
And then I would just drink iced coffee all day long. I mean, all day long.
Well, you got me into Lacombe.
La Colombe, yeah.
La Colombe.
Yeah, I would just drink these cans of
they're
which
so
is
good.
worth like 2 cups in one. But I would drink, likely I was drinking 6 to 8 cups of coffee a day, every day,
Yeah.
and needed it to have the same energy that I had when I didn't drink coffee at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was like, cut the coffee. You get
Cold turkey, or you weaned yourself off?
cold turkey, but it was like headaches for a couple days that then sort of settled in, and then I was, once you get through it, and all of it's part of like this weird. You ever watch Naked and Afraid?
Love it.
And I think about me going on Naked and Afraid every time I watch it, or Bear Grylls, or one of these things.
Sure.
Which is kind of one of my goals. So all of this kind of comes back to one
It's
of my
shocking
goals.
to me you haven't been on it, to be honest.
Well, I kind of want to go and do Bear Grylls.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I got invited to go once, but it wasn't the right time, and I couldn't get. But I kind of want to go do one of those things. But I don't think I could do it without coffee and booze. And suddenly I was like, wait, without coffee and booze, I don't think I could go do the Bear Grylls. I'd have issues.
the Bear Grylls.
I'd have like 3 days. The first 3 days.
Bear would not
Yeah,
like you
that'd
the
be
first
rough.
3 days.
The first 3 days, I would just be a miserable, headache-driven, like
bickering with
bickering,
Bear.
angry human
You
being.
climb that rope, Bear.
And so I'm like, this stuff's got to go.
Yeah.
Like anything that
Bear
prevents me from being on Bear Grylls has got to go.
What
or
a
Naked
great
and
North
Afraid.
Star.
Yeah.
Part of it is this weird sort of apocalyptic
Yeah.
thing where I go,
Yeah.
if it really hits the fan, I'm not going to just be able to swing by and get a cup of coffee
No.
at a Starbucks, right? So I want to be ready to roll.
It's interesting because you and I have almost opposite apocalypse fantasies. So my apocalypse fantasy is I'm drinking through that. like the apocalypse starts and I'm back on everything. But yours is kind of like there'll be nothing. I got to prepare for that.
Mine is like, how quickly can I build a bunker and or make my bunker fully functioning and for the kids?
Well, yeah, I hit you with my opinion on it. And it was you did not like it. Neither did my stepdad, which is I've seen these shows. I'm not going to spend another 3 years fighting hourly for my survival only to watch my family get sexually abused before they kill me. The apocalypse happens. I'm going to procure a
just the
ton of
wrong
opiates.
view.
We're
I
all going
agree
to
with-
take a beautiful nap holding hands. We're going to go, what a great experience this was.
This
And
is
then-
just the wrong view because at that moment, you won't know if that apocalypse is a temporary occurrence
Exactly.
or a lasting incident, right? And so here's what's about to happen. While you're in your dreamy opiate space with your
hugging
children that
and-
you've just doped up
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're about to go, I'm going to come over and knock on your door the next day and be like, can I borrow your doom buggy? And you're going to be out.
Guess
right?
what? They'll all be yours.
And here's the thing. Then I'm gonna steal your doom buggy, and after I steal your doom buggy, and I'm out riding with my family like Mad Max with a machine gun and whatever else, cruising around, and everything settles down. I'm gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna miss Dax.
Yeah,
Right,
I agree.
Right. Until again, a roving group of marauders over, and you got to watch Mila just get led off to the
But
woods.
you'd love fighting off a group of marauders.
I would love it. I
This
would
is
love it. It's
also why
my
I'm out
fantasy.
there fighting the number one
know.
jiu-jitsu guy in the
There you
world. It's
go.
all
You're
part of the
planning.
same thing.
all
If Bear
prep.
Grylls and I get into a fight while we're out there,
Yeah, because you
I
have a
need to-
headache.
I need to be able to deal with Bear Grylls.
Okay, so coffee. So how long have you been on coffee? Because I've
It's
quit.
November.
Wow, I've quit caffeine twice for like 3 months. I was immediately aware of, like, to your point, my energy level's just totally normal. It's like there's no peaks and valleys, and cumulatively it's higher. But I was like, I don't enjoy being alive as much. There was a general like decompression, lower stress levels. That was all nice. But then I'm like, I'm just not as excited to be alive without it.
I don't have that. I mean, I also have but I'm not a very social person, so I don't
Okay.
really go out and socialize, and so I don't have like, let's go get a cup of coffee. Like, so that
Right.
doesn't occur to me.
Mm-hmm.
I sleep better, and so then I feel better in the morning. As soon as I wake up, I'm awake, and
You're probably more patient with your family in the morning.
I don't know about that.
Okay, good.
I mean, I think everything just sort of like levels out. But now I tend to wake up on my own without an alarm clock, like 10 minutes before my kids wake up,
Oh wow,
which is really nice, and feel fully rested. And it's pretty decent.
yeah, that does sound lovely. By the way, not to jump topics, but you were just a part of a fact check, a lengthy fact check, because we had January on, and she was pretty certain that you had gotten offered the 70s show at the same time as Cowboy Surfers. That's what she thought the name was of the show that you had gotten offered.
She's accurate about that.
Wait, no,
Well, she's not accurate about the name because I figured out what
It
the
was
name
a Bo
was.
Derek show.
Yeah, it was called. What was it called? And now I forget.
Fuck, I don't know. I just wrote down
I'll
Cowboy
find it.
Surfers.
I have it in mine.
But it was the same week.
You were going to do extreme sports to save a ranch, which is incredibly ironic because you are now on 80 episodes of a show about saving a ranch.
Right.
You were kind of destined to be in Cowboy Surfers, is what we got into in the fact
Okay,
check.
it's actually called Wind on Water.
Wind on Water. That's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked it
Wow.
up. 6
well done.
episodes it did.
Do you think they like that title because the acronym was WOW?
Maybe.
Because it had action sports and stuff?
That would have been.
They're like,
probably
by
right.
season 2, people will call it WOW.
I
We'll
just
get
didn't
it.
understand why it didn't match my version of what a ranch looked like.
Yeah.
Right.
Or what ranchers did. So I was like, I don't know, this isn't quite my thing. But I'm glad that you guys fact checked it. 'Cause
Well, we really got into it because your initial thought is like, boy, did he choose right? Right? That's like what anyone would just go like, God, did he get lucky? He chose the 70s show and not that thing that didn't end up going. But then I was saying, maybe Kutch was the missing ingredient of Cowboy Surfers that would have made
Wind on
it
Water.
the 70s show. There's really no way to say.
I don't think I could have saved it.
You don't think so? Okay.
Well,
No, I'm
we'll
pretty
never
sh-
know.
I'm sure I
We'll
could.
never know.
It was that was my first week in LA. The
That-
Cowboy Surfer, the Wind on Water, the 70s
Wow.
show, and Varsity Blues was the other one. And The Crow.
Oh.
There was like a fourth version of The Crow or something, and it was an insane first week in LA. I mean, I must have had a horseshoe up my butt or something that week. I don't know. Crazy. It doesn't happen.
Here's a conversation that I already brought it up, but we have it a lot. Okay. And I was just thinking, I know for me personally, it's changed in the 2 years since you've been here. And I imagine it's changed for you as well. Identity.
Huh?
Go on.
You and I are aware of what our identity is. We have things that we like to make the bedrock of our identity. it's evolved over time, right? It was an actor, then it was an actor and an investor. And as this show comes to an end, I'm sure you're in a state of like, okay, who is Ashton now?
Yeah.
2020 or the next decade? What kind of things have you been ruminating on? What things are less important in that recipe for your identity, and what things are gaining momentum?
So the thing I'm finding, there've been a couple things that have like in just over the new year that have like really hit me hard, which is health is something you can't buy, right? Like you have to earn it, and you have to earn it through behavior. And so like a healthy person is like probably like number one on my target of, and that includes like, it's not just physical health, but mental health and everything else.
Can I ask really quickly, is that for the experiential immediate self just because you feel better, or is it with the goal of longevity? Do you know which of those is the priority for you, or a combination?
I think part of it is I feel like I'm one of the people that has hit this planet that just gets to live a really good life. Like,
yeah, me
life
too.
is like extraordinarily good. Like I feel so lucky with the experiences I've had, the people I'm around, the people I know, the connections that I have, the work I get to do, just every single ounce of my life. Like I went to the gym yesterday and got to wrestle with the number one guy in the world, and didn't even know he was going to be there.
Right.
And it just happened. Like, it was just like, I don't take that stuff for granted. Like, I just go like, this life, I may never get a run at life that's this good again if
Right.
I get another run at life. So I want to live as long as I can. But also, I think it's tied to number two, which is my biggest identity and the biggest job I have to do for the next decade is raise my kids really well and give them a firm foundation so that they can make great life choices and expose them to as much as I can and model behavior, and so that they choose a trajectory for their own life that gives them fulfillment and joy, and they can experience it the way that I've been allowed to experience life thus far. And so healthy, and then father, like a great father is number two. And then do good things that leave a record of existence that was positive and appreciated.
Yeah.
Those were kind of the things.
And do you find that, for me, I wish I just was such a good person that I was aspiring to that on my own, but I'm not. I had to like check things off of a list personally. It was like trial and error. It's not like I knew what the thing I should be pursuing naturally. It was almost like I did all the wrong stuff first, and then I'm left with fewer options that I start exploring.
Yeah, but we're all kind of doing that to some degree, right? I mean, that goes to the argument of like, do we actually have free will, or are we just bouncing from one dopamine response, serotonin return, adrenaline pump to the next, and are all of our thoughts being generated by our past, and therefore we're not really choosing, it's actually just sort of coming.
The illusion of choice.
Yeah, it kind of goes to that, right? I mean, it's like we think that we're doing these things out of like a free will or choice, but maybe it's just the randomness of an experience or an exposure that you had that is driving you towards X, Y, or Z.
Yeah. But we talked about it last time you were here, and I do believe that this is profoundly true, which is the thing that over-delivered my expectations was being a dad.
Yeah, but I would say the order of those things would be being a husband is extraordinarily fulfilling. Like,
really?
Yeah, when I put the work into being a husband, like put the work into being a husband, like the return is so exponential to what I could expect. Like the partnership and just the support when you're in the troughs, like that is just unbelievable from a return basis. Being a father, same thing. Just the joy I get from my kids being happy to see me.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like I'll run into people, they're really happy to see me. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
But when my kids are happy to see me, I'm like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm great.
Hit the
Like
lottery.
it's so fulfilling
Yeah.
and wonderful. And then when we have this text message thread that we have for the foundation, so every time we find a kid or identify a kid, our kids have been recovered, like our wins channel.
Yeah.
Every time I get a message, it's like the software we built was used in this case, and we found 36 kids that were being molested, and the teacher is no longer in the school, and whatever the story is, like that, you just go like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. Like I'm just doing the right thing as a person, and it just feels right. I get the same thing also when I like have a founder from a company reach out and go, hey, that piece of advice that you gave me or that thing that you shared with me was unbelievably effective and it led to this. And there was like some big win on it. You know, it's like you feel a purpose.
Yeah. That is a perfect transition because one of the things, again, in the news column I read about you today was a guy saying what I learned from Ashton Kutcher at a conference. And it was his number one thing he took away from it was your willingness to ask stupid questions when you're meeting with these tech companies. And I was like, wow, that's counterintuitive because you and I bond over the fact that, boy, do we need everyone to think we're smart. Yeah. I mean, it is killing us hourly. Where like someone could be just, you're this, you're that. No. But listen to how smart I am. We probably have 300 conversations on the ranch about what is going on.
For sure. We have an identity around wanting to be seen as a smart person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours makes sense because of dyslexia. And yours makes sense because
you're gorgeous.
You look like that. Yeah. And people probably just assumed you were one thing. You were just
well, that is my question.
Boy.
Was it a childhood thing or was it having been a model for a short stretch where you're like, oh, everyone thinks models are stupid?
I honestly don't know. Like I haven't fully dug into the why on this
well
one.
At one point you go, I think if I would have just finished college I wouldn't have this big chip on my shoulder. I'm like, no, I finished and I still have it.
But that is part of it too, is like there was a very much an expectation that I was going to finish college. And when I told my dad I was moving to New York to be a model, I called him from New York on a payphone, and he was like, no, you're coming home right now.
Cut the shit.
You're going back to school. You're going to be a biochemical engineer, whatever the fuck you're studying. Like, get back here now. And I, for the longest time, was proving that was the right choice, but then also compensating to whatever degree I could to show that I didn't need to go to college.
Yeah, I didn't pay a price for this.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will say, asking the stupid question.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is I'm so proud of you that is part of your fundamental reason you're successful in that field is that you're willing to do that. Because I think it's even harder for you or I to do that. I have the hardest time, admitting I don't understand some concept that's being presented to me.
But here's the thing. It's like you said when Adam Grant comes and sits on your couch, or Jared comes and sits on your couch, that you sort of turn into a student, right, really quick.
Yeah.
And when I'm meeting with these founders that are like all brilliant, well, not all of them, but most of them are brilliant geniuses, you become a student, right? Because they have had this insight relative to this company and have built this organization to an extent where they're starting to sort of see these exponential returns, and instantly you become a student. And so it's the same reverence I think that you would have if Gladwell was sitting here or if Grant was sitting here or any of these people who's you have seen the brilliance in their work. You have this reverence that then the moment you feel that reverence is the moment I flip the switch and I go, I usually say to them verbatim, I have a high school degree. Explain this to me as if I have a high school degree. I mean,
so smart.
I say that to them verbatim, and then I get the brass, simple, and they give me beautiful metaphors to help me understand things like super complicated things like blockchain and like I was looking at this like weird sort of encrypted data cages thing the other day, and it was like, I don't know what but just by saying that, you get an explanation that goes, okay, I got it. Cool. Now we can move on.
Yeah.
And then your wealth of knowledge grows really, really fast because you got it explained
In the way you needed to hear it.
in the way you need to hear it, and in the way that most people that don't understand it fake as if they understand it in order to seem smart, as
Yeah.
opposed to really understanding what they're doing.
Now, do you wrestle with this? So I agree. I relate. That's exactly what I do. And you're right. When Gladwell was there, I was like, well, if he tells me the sky's black, I'm going to go, oh, he must know. And my eyes are fucked up. Whatever.
Well, it's not really blue. You know that, right?
I do know that. Yeah, yeah. I would love to explain angstroms to everyone just to show
Let's
them
just
how
talk
smart
about
I am.
blue light scattering.
So I have a goal of every person is an expert. Every person is those tech guys. I've got to treat every person like what they're saying has as much value, and I need to shut up and listen to those people. That's like kind of my new awareness is like, oh, I am an elitist in who I'm listening to, and and I really have to aspire to. I got to treat everyone like they're Adam Grant. That's a goal.
I appreciate that goal.
Okay, it seems unobtainable.
No. I truly appreciate that goal. But the truth is, it just from experience, like I have enough data around it, that not everyone is going to enlighten you.
Well, that's true.
And oftentimes you're in a conversation with someone, and I mean, I have a horrible habit of just checking out on a conversation.
Right.
When I just don't feel like I'm getting anything
Some
of
nutrition.
growth or substance.
Yeah.
And I was having a conversation with somebody a while back, and they said, no, the goal of a conversation at any moment is either if you're going to respond on the same subject, the next response should add 10x value to the previous thing that was said. And the moment you can't add 10x value to the previous thing that was said, you should actually move to a different subject or allow someone else to add something of 10x value. And oftentimes you get into conversations with people that are just about the weather or about a person.
Yeah.
But it's not an enriching understanding of what happened. It's just what happened.
Right. Maybe,
Right? It's like, so we went to the
Some
concert
gossip.
and then we rolled down the windows and then we saw Kanye West. And Kanye was there and he had a cross around his neck, but he also had a Jewish star. You know, it's like, and you're like, I'm not growing right now.
Yeah. And so, and then I go, knock it off. Who are you to tell that, like, you know what I'm saying? Every single point of view is, whatever. Anyway, that's just a bad habit of mine I'm trying to break. And I was trying to ensnare you into
You know what?
the same bad habit.
I will join you in making a greater effort to find the enlightened person in every person I interact with.
Yeah. I listen to Sam Harris. I'm like, yeah, dude, you want to talk empirical stuff? You're not going to beat him. He's right. He's telling you about the material world. He's right. But then I go, there's a whole emotional world that is as relevant. And you got to give that respect.
Yeah.
So I have to recognize that I too can fall into well, that's not empirical. That's not. No, it's still relevant. There's still a emotional truth existing, encompassing every one of these empirical things. It's going to pass through this emotional being no matter what the facts are. And that's relevant.
Yeah. And the way the emotional being experiences it is as important as the data of what they experience.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably more.
Yeah.
Although the latest trend in humanity is that the way I heard it or experienced it is more valuable than what you were intending. This is the latest trend in humanity that I think is an awful trend in humanity is
however you feel is the
gr-
facts of the situation.
Exactly. That the greater importance is the way it made me feel rather than what you were intending. And then a lack of willingness to even hear what someone was intending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a dangerous societal trend that has bad news written all over it.
Yeah, I agree.
I am not responsible for your experience. I am responsible for my actions. I have to be responsible for my actions. I have to be responsible for my intentions. I have to be responsible for what
if you
comes
hold
out of this entity.
Definitely.
But if you hold a frying pan in a scene, and one of your co-stars had been hit by their father with a frying pan, and all of a sudden you're representing. Well, I'm so sorry, but that's got to be on you. I'm just doing a thing anyone would do.
Yeah, well,
That's
on you.
Pretty extreme.
well, it's just so benign. I mean,
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah.
It gets grayer and grayer as you get closer to sexual harassment stuff. But I do agree. I totally do agree.
Well, I wanted to really get as educated as I could on the Me Too movement. My wife was doing a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to really understand as much as I could. And I went to this gathering of men for the Me Too movement to get educated on, what's appropriate.
New protocol.
Yeah, just what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. Because it's not about what I think is appropriate. It's about what you think is appropriate. And I wanted to understand that as well as I could. And one of the things that was said was that complimenting a woman on the way she is dressed in the workplace is an inappropriate thing. And I wrestled with it in so much as if someone complimented me on the way I was dressed, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But then I went, well, I don't have a history of being sexualized in that way, so therefore maybe it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, you have all the power.
And then I had a conversation with the folks at my work, and I was like, so I'll give a guy a compliment on the way he's dressed, but I have this thing from this training session about not wanting to compliment a female employee on the way she's dressed, and I have more female employees than male employees, and so I don't do it. And then if occasionally I go, oh wow, that's a great coat, I immediately go,
Yes.
I immediately
Retreat.
retreat, and I go, I'm sorry if that is offensive in any way. I really just, I'm really just
What have you
appreciate
gotta
the materials of the coat and what the coat.
What if you ended up
and
digging
now
a hole?
I'm making it fucking awkward
Yes,
because I'm so.
Oh, what if it actually led you into sexually harassing or an accident? I'm just talking about the coat. I don't want to fuck you or have oral sex with you or make out with you, even heavy petting. That is not where I'm. I don't want to remove the coat and see what's cracking underneath that outfit.
It's so tricky because, of course, if you say that, I like your coat, 99.9999% of women are going to be like, thanks, great, and not think twice about it.
Yeah.
But if you're staring at her boobs and you say, I really like your shirt, it's
What
the
does your shirt say?
same words.
Well, the problem
Or
is that
like
your
your coat, you're
shirt
staring-
covers your boobs. So if I'm looking at your shirt and
Yeah,
it's got a
you're
bunch
right.
of writing on
You're
it,
absolutely
she's
right.
begging you.
asking me
I am.
to
I
look
am.
in that direction.
You're
I'm not saying
right.
I'm looking at your boobs, but you're going, hey,
Well,
look
you
at the
can.
thing that
Well,
says
you
jam,
can. First of all,
custard,
you can-
raspberries, beef. And I totally agree with you. But the thing is that there's a funny thing that happens when you're aware of it, right?
Totally.
Where I've now gone from I was just not going to say anything about the way that anybody's dressed. And then I go, that doesn't make any sense. If I like someone's coat, it's the same as in their car or the same as and I'm not trying to sexualize and understand. And this is with full understanding that there are some guys that are out there that are not saying it because they like their coat, but that are
Exactly.
trying to, that there's an agenda behind it.
Well, and that's really where it becomes so hard to come up with a protocol because it's not about asking the clothes. I've had a woman who was in love with me at work, and it's anything. Oh, do you have cologne on? Oh, do you have these shoes? Oh, what it really is just unwanted attention, which is very hard to
quantify.
Yes,
Yeah.
and banish. You
Yeah.
know, you can't have a no conversation rule.
No
where it's a-
unwanted attention rule.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
makes it so murky. It's okay, well, we'll say it's clothes, but it could be anything, right? Oh, do you take surface streets to work? It's John, just fucking leave me alone. You know.
You can
Yeah.
sense people's energy. You can sense a lot of intention. I mean, I think that's a big
I bet you
part
get a
of
lot
it.
of fire thrown at you. I'm certainly more interested in stuff you do than I should be. It's because of your looks.
Thank you.
I love you. Thank you so much for coming again.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I hope we do this a dozen times over the years, to be honest with
I
you.
want to be in the 5-timers clubs where I get a jacket or something for being
Yes.
the
the Alec
most,
Baldwin of this.
Yeah, the Tom Hanks, Steve Martin, where we have a little smoker, we can smoke a cigar.
All right, love you.
Love you. Bye.
And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman. I hope you start doing more gross stuff so it equals out. I'm clearing my throat all the time, and all. It just when we watch TV sometimes on the couch, and I'm aware that I'm over there going, and I'm like, oh my God, Monica, she must just hate this. And
No.
I got so much stuff going on.
No.
Being allergic to that dog.
I don't hate it at all. I was thinking that, so I'm going to Austria next. On Saturday.
You're in Austria.
I'm in Austria currently.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not in Austria currently. I'm back.
You're home from. How was Austria?
Austria was fantastic.
Oh,
We had
great.
the best.
Well, this would be a
time.
great reverse way to set a narrative. You start by reflecting on your trip, and then you'll fulfill that.
Oh, kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
We had the best time.
Oh,
I met Ben and Matt there.
Oh my God,
my
three-way?
God. It was intense three-way.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, so because of that, I've had to work ahead.
Yeah, you've been real busy.
So
I haven't been at the house.
I have been working from sun up to sundown,
Yeah.
but I've just been by myself.
Oh,
I've just been by
right.
myself, sort of in my bed all day working.
Oh, yeah.
And, weird stuff happens when you're by yourself all day.
Sure.
Like,
You pick your butt or something? or-
Well, okay, we don't need to talk
Okay.
about that. But like,
But you do,
I'll
you
like
get weirder and
say
weirder,
things
right?
out loud to myself and funny voices.
Oh, that's great. You do character work when you're by yourself?
I do only when I'm by myself.
Oh, my God. I want to tap into your ring.
But things get a little loopy when you're by yourself for that long.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I go do my writing ritual at the hotel, I just get weirder and weirder and weirder. There's also these breaks where I go into the bathroom to pee, and then I just pause in the mirror and make myself embarrassed for like 20 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, I just get weirder and
I
weirder.
know.
I
People
think
are weird, right?
we need each other to not become freaks.
I mean, I've thought that in life a lot. Like maybe that's part of why I need a partner. Because otherwise you just turn into a nut job.
Yeah.
If you're just by yourself. But I've also had moments where I'm by myself and I've had a weird thing, and then I feel grateful that I don't have a partner.
Right, sure.
So I
a
can
big
do
blast
that.
and a...
Well, no, stop
Okay.
making everything about farts and
Okay,
butts.
I'm sorry. Those are the embarrassing things. That's where my head goes to.
Also,
or you
like-
blow your nose on a sock or something. I'm sure you do really gross stuff when you're by yourself. In your
No.
apartment. Yeah, you do. Come on.
I don't blow my nose into a sock.
Okay. Well, sometimes
Yet.
I'm sure you don't have tissue next to your bed all the time. It must run out.
Well, yeah.
And then what do you do?
Well, then you just suck it up.
Oh, okay. Do you think that's what the original term "suck it up" means?
Suck up your snot?
I don't know.
It says it comes from World War II pilots. If a pilot happened to vomit in their oxygen mask, they had to suck it up.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Even worse.
That's
We thought we were coming up with the grossest one possible, and it's even
Yeah.
grosser.
Wow.
Otherwise they'd breathe it in and die.
Oh, aspirate.
Yeah. Anyway, so Austria was great.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you had such a great time.
So Ashton, round two.
Round two.
Yeah, he's your buddy.
He is my buddy. I've grown closer to him from the first interview to the second one because we worked together almost every day for a year and a half.
Yeah.
That's not true. Not every day, but, big chunks
A lot
for
of
the last
days.
year and a half.
Yeah.
Boy, did we have some fun together. Really enjoyed being there on that show.
You know what's funny? I didn't tell him this, but I considered telling him. When we were shooting the images for Monica and Jess Love Boys, I was pulling out all these old magazine ripped out of hot guys at that time, and I had multiple of Ashton.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Shirtless?
And I thought that was so funny. So full circle.
Yeah.
I think a few were shirtless.
Yeah, he's got a nice taut physique.
Mm-hmm.
Always keeps it lean. Well, we talked about it.
Well, you sure
He's even
did.
gone leaner. I didn't make that wall. What can you
Well,
do?
No,
whatever.
that was before your
No,
time.
no,
Yes,
no.
it was.
No, Ashton's peak was right when I got involved with him.
No.
Yeah,
No.
the Just Married had just come out.
But by the way, I was obsessed with him and Just Married.
Of course
Oh
you
my
were.
God. Oh my
He's
God.
funny and cute.
There's a scene of him. I also listened to the. Wow, I forgot. I guess I really liked
loved
him.
him.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah.
Because there was also a commentary on that DVD, and I listened to that a ton.
Oh, that's great.
Mainly so I could just hear him talk.
Oh,
you know?
man, he was a real crush.
I guess. And there's a scene where he's crying in it.
Oh.
And I watched that over and over
You
again.
love that when guys
I
cry.
love that. I love it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I don't know if I still do, but I did.
Such a kink. What a weird kink.
Such a weird thing. But by the time he did Punk'd, he was already big because that was the big draw.
Well, I can just tell you in order. So he's on the 70s show, so he's pretty popular. It was
Right.
the big show. But then in rapid succession, Punk'd and Just Married came out. And then he really was like ubiquitous.
But wasn't there something before? I guess.
Well, Dude, Where's My Car?
Right.
But he didn't get that crazy pop.
Dude, Where's My Car was really popular.
It was really popular and it was big, but I do think people maybe were crediting the like title and the concept more. Where Just Married was like, oh, this is a star vehicle for this guy. It's a romantic comedy and it opened number one.
It was
and it was
so
like,
good.
You loved it.
I love it.
So different in real life, right? Like when you meet, he's very serious in real life. He's very playful in those rom-coms.
Yeah.
And he's a pretty serious guy, which I like.
Okay, so you didn't make my wall and you're upset about this.
a little hurt.
Okay, listen. First of all,
Okay.
I didn't know. Well, I did know you from Punk'd.
Well, I would hope.
Because I
was
loved
the main
Punk'd.
guy.
You were the main guy. You were the funniest guy. I only watched the episodes that you were on.
Okay.
I don't actually
We're
know if
getting-
that's true.
I doubt it is.
But you were the funniest guy.
Well, we did have, before we met, you liked Parenthood. You were just
God,
past the
I
age.
loved it. That was way past my
your
time where I
poster
was.
age.
Yeah. But it is funny. Every now and then, I will, mainly with fashion comes up or something. I have like an image. I remember when Punk'd premiered and it was Justin Timberlake.
Right.
And it was a huge hit.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone was talking about it. And I remember watching it. I have an image of you doing your talking head.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I do think about that and feel like,
Sure.
what is my life?
Sure.
I'm sitting across from that person. Not sitting across. I live my life in tandem with this person.
Yeah, it's all very weird, isn't it?
Wow. It's my dad's simulation.
God, is it a good one?
Oh my God. Speaking of my dad's simulation,
let's get
Amy
into it.
Klobuchar.
Did she win?
Third place.
Third place for New Hampshire or
Yeah.
for Iowa? Which
Third
was
place
still
for New Hampshire.
okay. Third place for New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And on CNN's like homepage, they had a picture of her. And I just pulled this up. My dad willed this to happen.
He did. He was telling us 2 years ago
Dude,
that
and we
she
were-
was the person.
We were dismissing him so
I'd never heard
quickly.
her name.
Yep.
What? She's from where? She's from Minnesota?
My mom and I were screaming at him.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What? Why are you bringing up this random person?
Well, I think the subtext of your guys' attack on him was that he was like horny for her or something. Like, what are you
No.
doing, Dad? You perv? You've singled out this female?
Nope, that's not it at
Oh,
all.
okay, darn it.
It was that he's such a contrarian.
Uh-huh.
And he's always bringing up stuff that seems like, Dad, what? Why are you saying this
dark
right now?
horse.
Just to be different.
Yeah.
And
I love
he's
that about
always right.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He's a lot like you. I
He's
hate to
good.
admit it.
Yeah,
I
well,
hate to
yeah.
admit it. But yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of you being right, you're right about.
Yeah, the Polynesian migration.
Yep. You sent me an article.
Sent an article.
Yeah, you did it. You did.
I'm gonna, I was laying in bed last night thinking about like, God damn this bitch. I'm gonna go through all my fucking anthro things. I'm gonna go through those old books I have. Just
you should.
Because I'm not imagining all this shit.
I think you are.
I am not.
Well,
I'm not
can
an
we also-
imaginer of shit.
Well, can we be honest about something?
Yeah, I love honesty.
You went to college in 1972,
Yeah.
and times have changed a little bit since then.
Oh, I'm totally open to like discovering the science was bad that I
Right.
learned.
Right.
What I'm not okay with is that I imagined the
I know,
science
I
I learned
understand.
because I can't make up a whole theory about why English women became pregnant by American GIs. Like I'm not going to just dream that up. I definitely read that. Now that could be since debunked, but
Yes. And I guess you need to be open to the debunking.
oh, I'm open. I'm wide open.
Oh, open sesame?
I don't mind if you go, oh, yeah, well, by the way, that happened when we interviewed Jason DeLeon. Afterwards, I was talking with some anthro teachers, and she was like, don't ever say that everyone came over on the Siberian land bridge, which is what I was taught 20 years ago.
Right.
That all of the Native Americans and Native South Americans had come over from the Bering Strait land bridge and migrated south until they reached the tip of Patagonia.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying they're finding like watercraft and stuff that shows that no, a lot of those people in South America, they got there by boat.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, it's all up in the air.
Wow.
Yeah, I just don't want to be guilty of like conjuring up fake things.
I know, but also people remember things wrong.
Oh,
I
sure,
do.
yeah.
I mean, I learned stuff, and I'm definitely remembering all that wrong.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You're definitely wrong.
I'm wrong. Okay, another thing you're right about.
Oh.
I'm really giving you a
Is it
lot
my
of
birthday?
stroking today.
Oh. Stroke. Stroke. Stroke it slowly.
Okay, so Radio Lab Blame, that episode.
Uh-huh.
I love that episode. I listened to it a long time ago, and you keep saying he has epilepsy.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, he doesn't have epilepsy. He has something else, and it's definitely not epilepsy. And it is epilepsy. I went back and listened.
Well, you know why I would never forget that is my Uncle Joel had the exact same procedure as the guy in Blame, but he didn't have any down.
That we know of.
No, it's all. But before I ever heard Blame, here's what I heard from my Uncle Joel. He was going in for that procedure, and they warned he and his wife he may experience a radical shift in his personality. And I thought, what a precarious procedure to have, where you might be a different person when you wake up.
Yeah.
And then that gave me the idea to make a movie about a guy who gets that, and then just becomes like rides Harleys and stuff. But then we find out he just used it as an opportunity
Oh.
to a second chance to be who he wanted to be. It's a cute concept.
I
right?
like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Blame. Okay, so it is epilepsy, but a little more context. So he had this surgery. Oh, and one thing I always find so fascinating about that surgery is he was a musician. He was like, music was a huge part of his life. So he was awake during the surgery, and he said, this is the one element of my life that cannot change. And so
Right.
they had him sing throughout the surgery. And when they hit a part of his brain where he stopped singing, they
Stopped.
stayed away from it. Yeah.
It's
Which is so
fucking
fascinating.
crazy.
I know. Okay, so the doctor who was on this said, the way the brain is organized, there are parts of our brain that are way deep down that control base desires, like hunger and sex. Keeps us alive, but it's teeming with the nastiest thoughts. We all have these crazy thoughts in our head, and most of us, those thoughts are kept in check because there are other parts of our brain that sit on top and act like a lid. But in Kevin's case, the brain surgeon who did that surgery removed part of that filter, and suddenly all of that stuff sort of came to life. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, the part of it that I hated to even comprehend, right, was that is it within all of us to be a pedophile?
It is, it sounds like.
So that's what's crazy is this
Yeah.
guy starts watching pornography, and then just every kind of pornography is appealing to him all of a sudden, and had not been prior.
Yeah, everything
It's on the
that
table.
controls your repressive instincts, which are good in
Yeah.
a lot of these ways, that goes away. Because remember, it was also like he was eating a ton. He was,
he gained weight. He wanted to fuck his wife all the time.
he wanted to eat sweets, and like he was just got so indulgent to the extreme. Something horrible happened.
What?
So Emily of Emily's Burger,
Yeah.
they contacted me and they said, we want to send you guys something special. And I was like, oh my God, gonna be dead. I don't know what it is, but I want it.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, okay, it's perishable.
Oh, all the better.
I know. And then,
DQs, PQs.
so then I get to my apartment one day and there's a tag.
Oh.
It didn't get left.
Oh, shit. I hate that. Got everyone in the world, no signature required. Just
I know.
Ever, forever.
honestly,
no more signature required.
Yes.
Our world has changed. No one's going to be around to get this shit.
I had to text her and say, oh, they didn't leave it. And she was like, oh, no. Okay, well, it won't last. That's already gone. But she was like, but there's a few other things in there for you guys, like some sweatshirts and stuff. Which I was like, okay, great. But I was like, well, I'm not in a rush to go pick that up from the
Right.
post office. The post office calls today.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is Teresa from the post office. You have a package here and it smells horrible.
Oh my God, it smells horrible. Oh my God, there's an old burger in it. It has to be, right?
But
Think how the
I
sweatshirts
think
are
it's-
gonna smell.
I think it's meat.
Yeah,
I don't
burger.
even no. I think it's raw meat. Like I don't even think. I think it was like the components for. Actually, I mean, I have no idea actually what it is.
Who knows?
Hopefully, I'd asked Emily if she'd send us another one to your house because there'll be people there to sign for it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want it. Whatever it is, I want it so bad. What if it comes while I'm in Austria and I can't eat it?
I won't be able to save it for you. I can't. It's perishable. Monica, it's perishable. You hear me?
Oh, I had such a bad time in Austria because
Because you didn't get
I
it?
didn't get my food. Anyway, so this is a disaster because now I think the sweatshirts we probably can't even wear them.
Well, they probably smell pretty good like meat.
Yeah, they smell like meat.
Like tainted spoiled
Anyway,
meat.
that's a derail.
Oh, God, that's a good update, though.
Okay, so back. So back to brain surgery and all this stuff.
mhm.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. That's good. Good wrap up.
Okay, so any sex with an underage person is trafficking. That's what you said you just learned.
Yeah.
So yeah, according to the definition used by Homeland Security, human trafficking involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sex act.
Uh-huh.
That's what it means.
I thought it meant transporting.
So did I.
Trafficking.
Yeah.
I
it's
need a
little
better
bit of
word for it. I'm
misnomer.
sorry.
Yeah. Get a
Okay.
better word
I'm
for it, guys.
very sorry, but need a better word.
Okay, so we talked a lot about foster care.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so he said 500,000 a year.
Hey, Google, how many children are in foster care in the United States?
Here's what I understood from the website adoptuskids.org. According to the most recent federal data, there are currently more than 400,000 children in foster care. Do you want a little more context?
No, thank you.
So Kristen works really closely with this organization called Alliance of Moms here in LA.
Mm-hmm.
It's this awesome organization that's working to sort of help some of these issues. And I emailed the woman who runs it, Jules, and I asked her to send me some stats. And she mainly has California stats, but she then emailed me this morning and said, so the 2018 fiscal year numbers are 437,283 children in foster care. And
I mean,
I know.
that's like the population of Iceland.
Right. But then Ashton Mate also was like, it's a lot, but it's not so many that it's unmanageable. Like we can do things to help.
We have the
you know?
resource. Yes.
And then she said 262,956 entering during the fiscal year of 2018. So she sent me some other stats. So she sent a graph about pregnancy. And so for the general population at age 17, you have 10% pregnancy.
Oh. Wait, 10% of 17-year-olds are pregnant?
That's what it says. For foster youth, it's 26%. At age 17, they're pregnant.
This is incredible.
And then at age 19, 20.1% for the general population.
Okay.
And for foster youth, 49.3% are pregnant by age 19.
Ay.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, boy.
Well, and then that's what Alliance of Moms does. They'll do these events and they'll bring these moms and basically try to break that cycle.
Yeah. Oof.
It's a big job, but it's amazing. All right. And Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
You know, Ashton said Warren Buffett owns Dairy Queen. I had no idea.
I didn't know that either.
But yeah, Berkshire Hathaway.
Sure. His big conglomerate.
Yep, bought Dairy Queen in 1998 for $585 million.
Oh, wow.
And it's rumored that he likes the vanilla soft serve topped with chocolate syrup and malted milk powder.
Of course he does. What an original Buffett is.
But I bet he mixes it up, I bet.
I'm
too.
surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if he just likes to eat a bear cone. Like nothing in it. Just he loves their cones.
No, he's like a normal dude.
Oh, an eccentric normal dude.
Yeah, but normal.
Fascinating documentary about Warren Buffett. I love Warren Buffett. He's
love
awesome.
him.
But his wife, who was a very ambitious, engaged woman who loved Warren a ton, it occurred to her he's never leaving Omaha. Like, that's it. He will be there, and he works a lot.
Yeah.
And she said, I want to live in San Francisco. I just want to. And projects I want to, she's a philanthropist. And so she left. She moved to San Francisco. They didn't get divorced. She loved him.
Yeah.
And she said to one of their mutual friends, can you please come over and make Warren dinner? Because if you don't, he won't eat. Like, he's hyper focused. She asked this neighborhood woman if she'd do that, and that neighborhood woman started doing that, and then they started spending more and more time together, and then she moved in, and they lived
They had
together.
a relationship.
It seems quite clear they did. And they still live together. And the wife, though, got sick and died of, I want to say cancer. And Warren was there with her and took care of her. And yet so they had a thing.
A throuple?
And I love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I guess it's just very open.
Yeah, I just admire anyone that's like, oh, that's cool. That's how you guys do things. But this is this thing that works for us. And,
Yeah.
I don't really care about the societal pressure of that. I just kind of admire that.
Yeah, but also, he gives half his money. I mean,
He's going to give it all.
He gives all of his money, but
nearly away.
he has that sort of declaration. What's it called? Like
The-
the Buffett list or something.
It's the Bill and Melinda Gates thing initiated it. And they got him to sign on.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you give half your money away.
I think even more. I think he's like designated to give like 80% of it.
I think but I think the
in
people who
general.
sign up for this,
pledge.
Yeah,
the
the
wealth
pledge,
pledge.
exactly.
It's called the wealth pledge.
Oh.
It's available at Dairy Queen.
Let's ask Google.
Hey Google, what is the Bill and Melinda Gates wealth pledge?
On the website givingpledge.org, they say, Bill and Melinda Gates the Giving Pledge. We have been blessed with good fortune beyond our wildest expectations, and we are profoundly grateful. But just as these gifts are great, so we feel a great responsibility to use them well.
It's cool. It's
very cool.
Yeah.
And everyone already knows he lives in this modest house.
By the way, this is just to tip my hat again to John D. Rockefeller. He invented this shit. He gave away everything. It's my top dog. OG.
So
Original giver.
just why the sky isn't blue? Short answer.
Oh,
Short
I know why.
I know. Yeah, I know you know. You said
Can
that.
I say it?
Sure.
Okay. So the light that enters Earth is pure white light. And white light is made up of all the colors in the rainbow, and they have different wavelengths, and so those are measured in angstroms. And at the far end of the visible scale, you have red light, which is around 7,000 angstroms, and then at the beginning of that, the shortest wavelength is blues, around 4,000 angstroms. So when the light passes through the clouds in the atmosphere are such that short wavelength light reflects off of it and illuminates the atmosphere blue. But you'll notice sunsets are red because now the light is passing through much more atmosphere as its angle of approach is flattened out. It's going to pass through a ton more atmosphere, and then you're going to get into those 7,000 angstrom wavelengths are going to start getting reflected and illuminate the sky.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yeah. Well, the short answer is
That's pretty short for the whole history of angstroms and wavelengths.
sunlight reaches Earth's atmosphere and is scattered in all directions by all the gases and particles in the air. Blue light is scattered more than the other colors because it travels as shorter, smaller waves. This is why we see blue sky most of the time.
Ah, great. Well, they just left out the sunset part, which I'm glad I added.
Well, sure.
You know.
And then just wanted to touch on this. We talk about you being the gratitude police.
Oh.
I just wanted to dive into that for a sec. Why do you think you are like that? The gratitude police.
Because I think the only thing we really suffer from is bad perception, and you can control your perception. You control it with a gratitude list. It's like just an incredibly useful tool for shaping your perception
Sure.
of life around
But
you.
you're angry about it. Like, you're not like, oh, that's probably not good for that person. Like,
I'm
personally-
disappointed in the human condition that we all grow immediately accustomed to whatever great thing that's happening. And I'm frustrated that that's our nature. But it's what makes us pursue science and build bridges and go to
Keep
fucking
pushing.
space. So there's like this great aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yet it's really detrimental to our just overall happiness because we refuse to acknowledge all the wonderful things around us. So I just see it as the antidote to that nature we're born with.
Yeah. That's a nice.
Was that as good as my blue sky explanation?
It was.
I think you generally don't love it when I do it to you.
Where you feel like I'm ungrateful.
No, I don't feel like you're ungrateful. I feel like you could benefit from listing some things you're grateful for. Ungrateful is a character assessment. Mine's more in the moment you're feeling depressed. I go, did you work out? I have the same exact things I say to you every time. Did you work out? And you go, generally you say no, because you're generally not miserable right after a workout. No one is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, have you made a gratitude list? Like, have you taken stock of all the good things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that one's triggering, not the workout one.
Well,
Because I think you think I'm proposing that you're ungrateful as a character characteristic of your character.
I don't think I'm ever triggered when you're saying it when I'm like down.
Uh-huh.
I'm triggered when you are saying it when it's in relation to you.
Oh.
When it's something connected to you and
Well, obviously, I always think this show should be on your gratitude list, but then not because I'm involved. I mean, I can see where it gets murky, but I'm whatever job you would have had that you made a good amount of money and were satisfied with, I'd be pointing to that. I just happen to be involved with that.
yes, I agree. And I'm so grateful for this job. But it's also like
But let me be clear. I don't want you to be grateful to me, but I want you to be grateful for the shit you have. Not so that I can receive your gratitude. I want you to feel grateful.
yes, I get that. But also that's like saying you shouldn't ever be upset on set. And you're upset a fair amount,
I
right?
agree. I shouldn't be. And what I need in those moments is a fucking gratitude list. So when I have that behavior, I'm unhappy with myself and I know the solution.
But you can also recognize that being on set is an amazing thing, what so many people want, and it's everyone's goal, and you have it, and you should be grateful. But that
It was my goal.
Also, all those people don't really know that there's things about that thing that you can feel frustrated about, and it's okay that you have frustrations about that.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't think I'm ever suggesting these things to you when you're upset for one afternoon. I think it's generally when you're in like a 2-day slump that I start saying, have you worked out and stuff?
Right. Because it can sound dismissive, right? Not just with this. In general, when people are like, just be grateful.
Yeah, you and I have you and I have such different triggers, which is just how it is. I that doesn't trigger me. Like if I am unhappy, I know it is my job to get out of being unhappy, and I know the things that will result in that.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah. So if I'm in an AA meeting and I'm like, oh, I've just been feeling like shit. And then someone says to me, oh, have you worked out? Have you blah, blah? I don't get defensive. I'm like, no, I haven't. You're right. I know that's the solution.
But I don't think I am triggered at all when you say that, when the problem is just like, yeah, I've been low for 3 days or something. But if it's like, I'm coming to you with a problem with this show or something, let's say, and then you're bringing up being grateful. I mean, that's like if you went to Liz and you were complaining and she was like, have you thought about how good of a job it is? You would not like it.
I wouldn't. I don't think I've ever done that to you, but you think I have. So we'll just have to agree
All
to.
right.
I think I've only ever tried to remind you of the ladder out of feeling depressed.
Well, then,
But-
I guess we're just seeing it through different lens, which is fine.
Yeah,
That's totally fine.
it is.
Alrighty, well, that's all for AK.
Well, another stellar episode with the boss.
Yeah, he wants to be the Alec Baldwin of this show.
Oh God, I'm gonna hold him to that. Yeah. All right, love you.
Bye, love you.